Okay, so this is my Leatherman Skeletal, which I use all the time. Use it every day for something or other. Cutting string, opening boxes, flipping lids off things. But the blade's got a bit short. Over the years I've been sharpening it. I don't think it's quite that short, because I don't think it was that long to start with, but I'm going to try and extend it and bring it out a little bit. Make it a bit more chunky. So I'm going to use this bit of Hardox. It's the sort of stuff that Michael Cthulhu uses, and you don't have to harden it or do anything with it because it is hard. It's the sort of stuff they use on digger buckets and all sorts of stuff like that. So we're going to give it a go. I've never used it for a blade before, but I just thought not having to do any heat treating be a nice change. So let's get this apart, see what we can do. It looks quite tiny in your hand. Dinky little thing. I think that'll go on there a treat. I'm just wondering about that hole. It wouldn't happen to be the same size as that, would it? It's pretty damn close. Let's get my vernier. We'll have a little look. Because I don't think it's too far out. There it is. That is, let's clean it up a bit, 5mm near as damn it. In fact, perhaps a gnat's over 5mm. That isn't quite. I'll tell you what though, it ain't far off. No, that isn't far off. I think I'm going to use that. Save me drilling another hole. Because this stuff is hard to drill. You can drill it, but it is hard to drill. Need a sharp drill and plenty of lube. So yeah, I'm going to use that. That's made life a bit easier. Just going to go around it with this pencil. I'm just going to scribe or draw the outline of the original blade and then try and extend it to about there. So we'll just go around the original blade to start with. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what we can do about modifying it. I apologise if the video quality isn't quite up to normal standard, but I'm using my GoPro. I left my other camera at home, so I'm using the GoPro. So I'm just trying to see where that folds down into, and there's quite a gap between the bottom of the blade and the bottom of where the blade sits. So I can leave the top quite high and then bring the bottom down quite a bit more. If I make it bigger, I can always make it smaller. If I cut it bigger, as it were, I can always make it smaller, but I can't make it bigger once I've cut it, so this might be a little bit big. I'm going to whip this out with a cutting disc. I don't really know much about this Hardox, how to use it. I'm guessing you don't want to overheat it too much, so I'm going to try and keep it relatively cool when I'm working it. I say, Michael Cthulhu, if you don't know who he is, look him up. He makes huge, massive knives. well, they're like swords, blades, huge things. And he uses this stuff. I'm just going to sort of basically define the outline. I want to get it somewhere like a knife shape. Take all the rough edges off from the grinding, or from the cutting, should I say. I think that'll just about do it. Now what I'm going to have to do is thin it out, because this is a little bit thick. It's about 3.5 mil, and the blade is only about, oh, didn't expect that. That magnet that I'm using to hold it tried to grip to the base of the grinder. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the blade in the Skeletool is only about, I think it's about 2.5 mil. I've got to take about 1 mil off of this. And I can't think of any other way of doing it other than with this magnet holding it down. But it's just keeps wanting to grab to the base of the grinder. That's better. I don't know if that's enough, but we'll see. Let's see if that hole's going to fit. Now that file is almost too tight. It won't cut. It's trying to grip everywhere. That's still not quite enough. I don't quite know how much comes out each time when you're grinding with this. And so with it being so hard, it's just starting to go on, but it's just not big enough. Still not quite there. Nearly, but not quite. Let's go and do it in a vise, might make life easier. See, unless you get this dead straight in the hole, it just keeps binding. So I'm going to try and just gently ease it open. Still not quite there, it's almost. Very nearly. I think that's about it. Goes on there quite nicely. Yeah. That'll do, but it needs a little bit off the back there so that it opens up a touch more. So we'll have a little play with that, but that's about it. So what I'm going to do now is try and thin it down a bit more, because it's just still a little bit thick, but I'm trying to do it with I'm doing it with much finer grit. This is, I think this is about 280, no 240. I think this is, so we're getting a bit of a nicer finish on it, but again it's trying to grab it to the plate and pull it down. It's sticking everywhere. It ain't easy. want to get a little bit more off because it's just that little bit too thick. That's better. I think we're nearly there. So I'm just going to tidy the other edges up now. It's got some nice sparks, so it should be pretty good stuff. Let's see how we go now. That's better. A little bit more around the back there so it shuts. That's it. Almost there. But now it's just too thick where the actual blade is. So I need to actually shape the blade now because it's sort of tapered in the bottom. Won't quite go down very easily. I think that'll be the next job. Alright, let's have another look. I'm not going to do everything with the power tools. I'm going to have to do some by hand to make sure it all fits properly. See, that there now is going in quite nicely, but as I say, it's a bit thick where it goes down, and I might take a little bit off the back there. That's sitting up a little bit too much. So we'll put some shape in the actual blade so that the tip is that much thinner. I'll set it up on my bevel jig as best I can. I've just swapped over the belts to a 280 grit now, so it's just that little bit finer, just for the final little bit. Let's see how we go. Keeps dropping down at the tip. Can't get that little tiny clamp to hold tight enough. I think if I go steady, it'll be alright. Turn it round the other way and just move the belt over so it gets in the where it cuts in. Not coming up too bad. Just going gently because I don't want to get it too hot. I don't think that's too bad. You can see, I think, just about see how that's coming. Just see there. Obviously I'm going to do more. That's not a bad start. So what I've done this time, I've just put my ruler in there, just wedged it against the stop in the bottom and the blade, and it's just stopping it pulling down. That's better. Look at that. I like that. Nice. I'm going to leave it at that for now. We shall put an edge on that. So it's fitting quite nicely. Just need to take a little bit off the back edge of that there so that the lock fits. It's not actually fitting at the moment. It's still pressed down. So I need to just ease a little bit off the back So I'm just going to gently file that bit at a time. No, it's still not quite coming up. Just needs a gnats more, I think. If you hear an odd noise through the microphone, it's absolutely slashing down here. It's like stair rods, so I hope it doesn't interfere with the audio. But if you can hear something odd, that's what it is. This one's a little bit more. I think that's got it. Yep, nicely. Oh, got a magnet stuck on there. I don't know why I put it on there, but it's picked up all the crap off the bench. Right, so go and finish the blade up. So that's the original. That's the new one. You can see how much bigger it is. Quite a bit. And all I've done is I've run the Scotch-Brite over that blade just to finish it up. I'm not going to put that in the little thumb hole in this one because A, I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to ruin the blade, and I think I can grab it just by that edge there. So I shall try, and if at a later date it doesn't work, then I'll have to put one in. So I'm just going to put a final edge on there, a sandstone or whetstone. It's getting there. I brought it to quite a good edge, just touching it on the 280 grit paper. So I'm just literally finishing it off. I shall go and give it a quick strop on my chaps just to take any feathers off, and that'll do. It's not horrendously sharp, but I think it's got a bit of a flat spot in it somewhere because it cuts and then it tears. But for me, it's perfectly adequate. I don't need a razor sharp knife on me every day. It's literally just a utility knife. Like I said earlier, opening boxes, cutting string, flipping lids off things. You know, just general stuff. Cutting apples. So it doesn't have to be razor. There you go. That's good enough for me. So I'm pleased with that. I'll be interested to see how this Hardox holds up. I'm going to give it a go. I'll hang on to the original blade just in case I find that Hardox doesn't make a decent knife blade. But there you go. We'll try it out and see. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.